Hey guys, my name is Josh Medlin, and this is Skidz TV. Today we have a 2004 Cadillac Deville with the North Star engine. Let's have a look inside.
Beat time. Beat time.
When you're looking to buy a used car, it can be hard to find something that's actually worth your money. Well, look no further. The first thing you notice about the Cadillac Deville is, in 2003, Cadillac came out with the art and science design motif. And obviously, when you look at the outside, the edges, they're not as hard as the art and science design. They're not as sporty. I used to have a 2004 Cadillac CTS, same year as this. The seats were a lot more sporty. Ride a lot more sporty. This is definitely not a sports car by any means. It's a four-door sedan, front-wheel drive with a North Star engine, which does mean it has some get up and go. But when you're talking about getting a Deville, you're obviously not talking about sport, right? So what are some things that the Cadillac Deville does have? It has ample power with the V8 North Star engine. Now it's not gonna run off and lead people at traffic light races, but it'll get up and go when you need it to. It's not dangerously underpowered. It has the practicality factor going for it. Take a look in the trunk. It reminds me of an old mafia gangster. They would drive one of these things probably. You could fit tons of luggage back there. The leg space in the back is actually really good. As for the interior, I like it. I think the materials are pretty nice. I've been in my mom's 2012 Dodge Caravan, and I think the materials in this are every bit as nice as that. Mind you, yes, it is a luxury car, but this is also 10 years older than it, almost. The dash in this thing is an all-digital dash, and for some people who like the analog, you're probably not gonna like this thing. I like it because I grew up with digital freaking watches and stuff all the time. I would rather see my speed through digital than analog. But with that said, I've seen better digital dashes than this. This is all green. I think the only other color than green is when you turn on the high beams, and it's a blue light. But yeah, other than that, this layout, it's functional, and it's pretty much that. Like I said, this DeVille is equipped with a V8 North Star engine. I'm gonna take a look. It's actually a pretty decent sized engine, even though it's a 4.6. Again, 32 valve. Everything's tucked in nice in there. The engine does good, and let me tell you something, if you live up north, this is going to be great. You have that big V8 engine over the front wheels for when it snows. Alright, so for the back seat, there's actually a lot of space. Mine, that I'm only 5'10", but if you look in here, you can see that there's miles into the back seat. I am sitting behind myself, which is also 5'10", but there's a lot of space, and headroom, not really a problem. I could see if you're a little bit taller, maybe being a problem. Come look at the headroom. I'm about maybe 2 inches from the ceiling, so if you were over 6 foot tall, back might not be as comfortable for headroom, but that's because of the sloped back. Right. Now the driving dynamics in this thing are pretty much what you're gonna expect when you look at it. It's front-wheel drive. It's got a heavy V8 North Star engine over it. Mind you, it's not the biggest V8. It's a 4.6 liter. But with that said, this thing is huge. I mean, when you drive it, it kind of feels like the old '80s pimp Cadillacs. It has that kind of feel to it, especially when you can see the Cadillac emblem sitting up there on the front. The front-wheel drive doesn't make it great for the back roads. I've taken this thing on the back road and it doesn't handle very good. But then again, when Cadillac designed this, they didn't design it for a back road country car. When they designed it for, to quite honest, they designed it for older couples and older people in general that were just land cruising. This thing's a land yacht, and that's what it's meant for. And honestly, it's perfect at doing. I have no complaints with its interstate driving. Going down the interstate, I drove home 2 hours yesterday from Chesapeake, Tidewater area. Smooth sailing all the way home. The seats are phenomenal. Don't really have any complaints about them other than the side bolstering's not really that much, but you know, that's usually what you find in a sportier car, and this is not a sports car, so it's understandable. But the seats hug you like a glove. This thing is an awesome touring car. If I had to go cross country, I would choose this car hands down, probably even over the CTS that I used to have. This car is just a good cruising car. When it comes to features in this car, it's about, a 6 out of 10. It's a Cadillac, so even though it's almost 10 years old now, it's still got quite a bit of features. You can control your temperature for your climate control on the steering wheel. You can call OnStar, which is also located up here, if you can look at that. Since it is a GM car, it is equipped with OnStar. You can also control your volume controls. You can select through your presets on this volume rocker thing right here. You have your cruise control and reset cruise and set acceleration on your steering wheel, which is pretty nice, because I mean, honestly, who likes leaning up here to do all this stuff? And with this thing in the way, since it isn't a floor mount shift, it kind of is annoying at first until you get used to it to reach around this thing. So it's actually a good thing that they took into consideration these volume rockers and controls on the steering wheel, opposed to having to use this, because this actually really does get kind of annoying. So all in all, if you're in the market for something around the $6,500 range, should you get this car? I'd say yes, because it fits my preferences, like the leather seats, climate control, all this stuff like that. It comes standard. This is the base model, so you can't get any lower than this, and it comes equipped with leather and anything that a lot of people honestly would probably want in a car. It's got the powerful V8 engine. It's no slouch in the 60s, 7.1. It's just an all-around good car. Alright guys, I hope you liked my review of the 2004 Cadillac Deville with the North Star engine. If you did, leave me a like below, leave me a comment below, and subscribe to my channel, because we're going to have a bunch more videos coming pretty soon.